Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Tonight's Big Fox forecast is brought to you by William Mattar. Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Kim Walker with your weather update. We did have very strong thunderstorms move through earlier in the day, and for the rest of the evening, there could still be one or two thunderstorms marching through, and so our chances of rain will be ongoing until about 3 o'clock in the morning before all this activity will die down. Starting off with decreasing cloud cover for your Thursday, and we are expecting a little bit drier conditions as well. Over the weekend, we are expecting a warming trend. On Saturday, there will be some clouds, but we will see some peaks of sunshine. Temperatures around 60 degrees, 68 on Sunday, and then we warm up to around 72 degrees on Monday. And great weather if you're planning to grill outside or if you are just doing anything outside. So we are expecting a little bit warmer conditions, closer to normal conditions by your Monday. So tomorrow, though, behind the cold front that is pushing through our area, temperatures will be a lot cooler. We're going to start off with relatively mild conditions, though, with readings in the 50s, 59 degrees by 8 o'clock, partly cloudy skies. High pressure builds in during the day, and that will send south, or I should say north winds in, and that will result in temperatures that will be about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than today. We were nearly 90 degrees this afternoon, and that's well above normal. Our average high is around 73 degrees, and for tomorrow it's going to be a little bit closer to normal. 60 degrees by 9 o'clock, by 1, 67, 70 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we start to drop back down into the 60s under a mostly clear sky. We have another system that will come through on Friday and is going to keep the chilly air in place. In fact, temperatures will be about 10 degrees cooler on Friday than on Thursday, and we also have the possibility of a few showers as well. Here's a look at your forecast for tonight. We drop down to around 54 degrees in Corning as well as in Elmira. And then highs tomorrow will be around 71 degrees in Corning and 70 in Elmira. So it's going to be a little bit closer to normal, cooler in Perkinsville, around 64 degrees. But from there, we're going to see those temperatures drop. All we can muster up to is 53 degrees on a Friday with the possibility of showers. As we head into your Saturday, look for highs around 60 degrees, and then that warming trend will continue into early next week. 70s will be back on Monday and Tuesday, and even warmer conditions out ahead of another system on Wednesday. We are expecting a few thunderstorms possible as well in the afternoon. Overnight lows will drop down into the 30s and 40s for the next 7 days.
Women with a sometimes overlooked condition could be more at risk for COVID-19 infections and serious symptoms. In today's Health Minutes, we learn more about the connection between the virus and the condition.
More than a year into the pandemic, one study has found that some women are at higher risk for COVID-19. These women, often young and otherwise healthy, have an underlying condition, polycystic ovary syndrome, also known as PCOS, which is an imbalance of reproductive hormones that could lead to irregular periods and ovarian cysts. A study in the European Journal of Endocrinology found women with PCOS had a 51% higher chance of confirmed or suspected COVID-19 infection than women without. Researchers wanted to understand if a woman has PCOS and type 2 diabetes, which one is putting her at increased risk for COVID-19. In a fully adjusted model that took various risk factors into account, researchers found women with PCOS still had a 28% increased risk for confirmed or suspected COVID-19 infection. The study's authors say much more research is needed. Without more data, some doctors and researchers say this is something patients with PCOS should be aware of, but not to panic. If you do get COVID-19, it's important to tell your doctor you have PCOS and any medications you're taking. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mary Maloney.
Starting today, airports are going to be bustling as people head out of town for the unofficial start of summer. And Royal Caribbean just got the thumbs up from the CDC to do a test cruise. Britt Conway has what you need to know before you go.
Whether by air, by sea, or by land, Americans are taking back travel, thanks to more vaccinations and fewer restrictions. People in the industry say travel is in for a big rebound.
This Memorial Day weekend, you're going to start to see something that is unlike anything we've ever seen.
Which makes sense considering what this past year has been like.
When things are taken away from you, you want it more. What was taken away from us? Traveling and connecting with other people.
But connecting might cost you. AAA says Memorial Day travelers will pay the highest gas prices for the holiday since 2014. And the nation's major airlines say airfare costs are near or even above pre-pandemic levels. You still need your mask, though.
This is a federal mandate, and it is based on a CDC order.
The FAA says it's gotten 1,900 reports of passengers violating the mask requirement. But it's not just pushback against masks. The FAA says incidents with unruly passengers have become a big concern. A Southwest Airlines flight attendant was assaulted this past weekend. The union for the airline's flight attendants is calling for more safety regulations, and the FAA says they're fining people. We're talking thousands of dollars here. So pack your patience and prepare.
Talk to your airlines, talk to your airports, talk to your destinations, talk to your hotels.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
A convenience store robbery in Iowa comes to a peaceful end thanks to a brave customer. He spoke with the armed suspect, distracted him, and as Laura Terrell reports, even managed to disarm him.
I just pulled up, was walking in to get a bag of ice.
Bryce Gathercole never imagined a quick trip to Casey's to buy ice would turn into him interrupting a robbery.
Came up to the counter, and there's this gentleman standing behind the counter with a gun, stuffing his pockets full of cigarettes.
The store's 3 clerks were hiding in a closet office and on the phone with police.
I just started talking to him, you know, trying to keep everything nice and calm and cool, and, you know, asking if he needed any help or, you know, if he needed a ride somewhere, anything to get him kind of calm and relaxed.
While that conversation is going on inside, outside, Colfax police and Jasper County Sheriff's deputies are swarming the store.
And I tell him, I say, you know, I'm trying to help you here. I said, could you point that somewhere else? He looked away just for a second, and I grabbed the barrel of the gun, pulled it off to my side, and then took it away from him. And I knew all the officers were out here, so I went out the door with the gun like this.
Colfax police took Danny Stevens into custody, and no one was hurt.
It turned out the best way it could.
All because this customer, with no law enforcement or military training, never broke a sweat.
How were you able to stay so calm?
I don't know. I just kind of roll with the flow. I wouldn't call myself a hero. I was just helping out.
2 legends of the entertainment industry will be honored during this year's Daytime Emmy Awards. Alex Trebek and Larry King both received posthumous Emmy nominations Tuesday. Trebek was nominated for Outstanding Game Show Host for Leading Jeopardy! He died at the age of 80 in November after battling pancreatic cancer. Larry King received a nod for Outstanding Informative Talk Show Host for his show, Larry King Now. He died in January at the age of 87. Emmy winners will be announced during the Daytime Awards show on June 25th. A company wants to deliver your groceries in 10 minutes or less. Gorillas started in Berlin and now operates in more than 25 European cities. In the U.S., it's kicking off in the Brooklyn neighborhood of New York City, plans to expand to Manhattan and eventually other U.S. cities. Gorillas pulls off its speed by using small warehouses stocked with select items. It charges $1.80 for delivery with no minimum order size. A Massachusetts man is walking 50 miles to his college graduation to honor his best friend who died unexpectedly. Sam Reed reports.
As Charlie Martin makes his way around Massachusetts, a question comes to mind.
What wouldn't you do for the people you love, for your friends, for your family?
It's for that reason the 22-year-old is pounding the pavement.
I'm walking from Fall River to BC.
While many people drive to their college graduation, he's walking 50 miles.
In honor of my best friend, Brendan Rocket, who passed.
Up until his friend's unexpected passing 2 years ago.
It's been really emotional of recent.
Charlie and his lifelong best friend, Brendan Rocket, did everything together.
He's a great guy, very loyal, very family-oriented.
They graduated from Durfee High School, and today, both of them would have been crossing the stage at their Boston College campus.
And so I just wanted to take this occasion and all this emotion to try to turn into something positive, you know?
It's for that reason he took this trek.
Kind of like retracing our journey.
He left his house on Thursday, stopped by Brendan's family home in the cemetery, and has been walking north ever since.
I really don't care if my feet or whatever is hurting a little bit. Of course, I'm going to try to do whatever I can to pay respects to him.
What he's doing, others respect.
I've been receiving a ton of the support and the messages from friends.
He created a scholarship in Brendan's name, reaching a milestone, raising about $30,000. Today, one chapter ends and another begins.
He was always just a great friend to me. Through thick and thin, through whatever it was, he was always there, supporting me.
But Brendan will always be a part of the story.
And I always try to do the same for him.
Showing you something good, I'm Sam Reed.
We want to leave you with a smile tonight. As the travel and tourism industry claws its way out of the pandemic, a New York hotel is pulling out all the stops when it comes to amenities. You can now roller skate on the weekends at the TWA Hotel at John F. Kennedy International Airport, and on the tarmac no less. Skaters can take a spin around a 1958 Lockheed airplane. It costs $20 for adults, $16 for children under 12. Tickets are sold on a first-come, first-served basis, and the rink is cleaned after every 50-minute skating session. Skates are also disinfected after every use. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.